Right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. Right, for today, as I promised you all, we will move to chapter 8, but we still not have our midterm test yet, okay, because I still waiting for some of you still saying that you have to accomplish and completed your individual assignment. After settle individual assignment, then we will do our midterm test, right? So I do receive some draft from a few groups, even though it's individual assignment, but it's 2 to 3 person, right? So it's very good actually. Yeah, when you start early, you can submit early, and then yeah, you can focus on your midterm tasks. Okay, all right. So today we will having topic 8 for using information technology for control and coordination. um, if I just want to recap back the previous topic, we have topic 7, okay, and then I try my best to cut into two actually. Half maybe we will have our midterm test around topic 1 and topic 6. Okay, all right. So without further ado, I will proceed. Okay, what is that we will learn in this topic? All right. So as you can see from here, we do have some evolutions of the organizational application of technology, and it starts from the management level. And you can see from the left side, it starts from the first line whereby if you still remember the hierarchy of organization chart or organization level. Okay, we will have low level, first line level, middle level, and then we have the top level, right? Okay, so for the first line, mostly um, they includes those the operational parts and program. Okay, those people who are actually directly doing that job, and then we have top management who are doing the strategy plans and non-program. So meaning to say, mostly in the first time they are doing in operation line, they are doing the right and direct to the job, whereby for the top management, mostly they are thinking about more on policy maker, okay, and the do and don'ts regulation of the company. And we have the system complexity from low to high, and then we do have, if you see from the green color here, we have the operation, and then decision making and control, and the third one adding strategic value. Okay, under the operation, they do have transaction processing system, because now topic is about information technology system. So all the information here and also example is more on how does the information system technology is actually encouraging and enhance the process and make the production line of the company is more better and effectively. Alright, so under operation we do have the transaction processing system, data warehousing and data mining. Okay, so this is more most probably all the data being kept, okay, in this kind of system, okay, data warehousing especially, and data mining whereby your data will be encrypted. Okay, that's why if you maybe you are wondering how they get my phone number, how they get my identity card number. So actually it's encrypted under the data mining. And then in the decision making and control, we do have management information system. So this is about data, okay, and mostly it's about the system itself. We have many system, okay. If you are working, you have like what we call as HURIS, okay, or human resource information system, okay, and let's say you have like a banking system, okay, and then you have like production system. That it actually is in related to the what kind of the nature of the job being done and how the system being used in order to keep all the data. And then decision support system, executive information system. Executive information system is more likely like human resource system, okay. And then we have management control system and also balance scorecard. So balance scorecard mostly we call as 360 degrees balance scorecard. So scorecard that we use for the performance appraisal, evaluation. Alright, and the third one, adding strategic value, we have internal internal coordination. Under internal coordination we have intranets, the difference between intranet, internet, and also extranet, okay, they have huge difference. Okay, so intranet most probably is involving internet. Okay, internet that you mostly Google with the word www, which is World Wide Web, and extranet involving geographical maps, okay, which is from one location to location, and they have their own internet protocol location. Most of like if we nowadays we talking about like GPS tracking system, so something like that. And then social networking. Yeah, nowadays we have a lot of social media, right? So through this kind of platform, we do have some connection and networking with the people around the world. And knowledge management, this one we call K management ataupun K based management. Um, it's something like this. Okay, before this, okay, as you know, okay, even though like currently we practice, we have a book, right? Tangible books. Okay, we have to touch the book to read the books, right? But knowledge management is something like you translate it into soft copy. Okay, from the book become ebook. You get me? So that is knowledge management, right? So how the knowledge still same, but the another one is tangible, another one is intangible. But how you delivering the knowledge is still same. Okay, and then enterprise resource planning (ERP). We're talking about how does it been used in order to make sure that the planning of the enterprise from the resources. For example, they use like RFID system, radio frequency, uh, I don't remember. RFID, yeah, radio frequency management, is it? Something like that. So that one they been used in the enterprise mostly by tracking system in the storage, okay, in the storage or warehouse. So every time the stocks will be outside, will be retrieved outside, they will scan the barcode. Okay, that one is one of the enterprise resource planning, okay, that we use. And then external coordination, we have integrated enterprise. Um, this is talking about how does the connection from one company to the another company. So nowadays we have a lot of this enterprise SME, okay, middle enterprise, small middle enterprise. And this is not involving corporation company. So this have coordination between one to one, especially when it comes to delivering and distributing the suppliers. And we also have the customer relationship. If maybe you more synonym with the word CRM, customer relationship management, how you manage between the process of customer with the supplier itself. Okay, every single, especially like front liner services right now, right? They involve with directly to the customer. So number one, customer satisfaction is very important. And the third one, we have e-business, okay, or known as e-commerce, okay, whereby we use have the buying and selling process using mediated, integrated platform. For example, like internet, and also you use some kinds of the hardware. For example, using your gadget, okay, using your phone, using your iPad, okay, laptop, okay, in order to do their transaction. Nowadays, the transaction e-commerce is only just at the end of your fingers, okay, and from the low to the high, and you can see the system is very complexity from the operation up to the adding strategic value. Okay, the information for decision making and control. Okay, so we do have 3 points here. Okay, technology can help managers make important decisions, especially when the decision is have to be quick decision. We can relate with, for example, like ERP, enterprise, okay, resource support system, and maybe we want to make decision on maybe we can put like example for recruitment, let's say, okay, from that you can actually encourage, okay, and you can uh, forecast, yeah, that is the right word, forecast the right amount for the staff that you should recruit and you should maybe hold, and how much the staff that you should actually not taken for maybe for part-time posts and so forth. So um, that is in terms of decision making, okay, and in terms of the operation itself, especially when we talking about GIT, let's say just in time, okay, system, it can have only a few of technology that can actually set up, okay, how much that you need to order and how much you can retrieve the product itself, okay. And the management information system includes information reporting system, and we do also have is executive information system, EIS, and also decision support system. So organizations are using this technology to add the strategic value, as we mentioned in the previous slide just now at number 3, okay. All right, and then managerial control and decision making, okay, we do have two here, information for decision making and information for control, okay. Under the management information system, MIS, we do have executive information system, okay. I told just now before this we have human resource, and then reporting system, okay. If you want to report, for example, your routines of your uh, task, okay, or maybe your report deadline, okay. So you can just using the system to make sure that you are hands over your task on time. And the good things about this system, because you can tracking how competent your employees are, rather than we just submit by email, right? So we have some uh, one platform in order to make sure that all being, if you want to looking into certain report, okay, for example financial report, so you can just track into that, okay. So in terms of deadline and how frequently it been updated, everything being stated there. And then for the information for control, we have feedback control system, we have balance scorecard. This is I'm talking about the performance appraisal just now, because mostly in human resource, what we call balance scorecard is 360 degrees balance scorecard, and this will be used, and if you realize it is dotted line with the executive information system just now. That's why, because in executive information system will be included under the human resource information system. So this is the thing that okay. Are you hearing me? Yes. Okay. So this is yeah, sometimes, right, the mic is making problem. Okay. For the management control system, let's say maybe we can track in terms of the attendance, okay. So from the attendance, whether the employees and the staff is come on time, or maybe latecomers, okay, or maybe frequently MC, frequently absent to work. So this is the thing that the management control can be done, because from the system we can track, okay, how frequent that this staff having the problem on that behavior, especially attendance to the workplace, right? So from that, we can use this mechanism in order to do some, maybe the control system by punishment, or maybe give some warning. Okay, let's say like IIC itself, we do have like attendance system, right? So if let's say the student is not coming for 3 times, okay, without the reasonable excuse, so we will give like first warning, and then if let's say 5 times did not come after that, we will be give like second warning. After we give the some several warnings, okay, the student still not make on time and maybe not coming to class, so we should give maybe barring later. Barring is one of the action, the last resort action which is not allowed the student to enter for final exam. So this is how we call as management control system. Okay, alright. So we do have um, next one. Okay, a simplified feedback control model. Number one, how this thing related. I do not know why this comes from. This move away. Huh? Yeah. Alright. Simplified feedback control mode. Number one, we do have set strategic goals. Number two, establish metrics and standard performance. Number three, compare the metrics of the actual performance to standard. And the fourth one is take corrective action as needed. Okay, so if you can see from here, alright, number one, when we're talking about set strategic goals, this is done by your top management level. They will set certain of the vision and mission of the company, and to make sure that they have the thing that they have to achieve within the year, within a year, within 5 years from now. So this is the thing that they have to set strategic goals. Okay, and number two, um, talking about established metrics and standard of the performance. Metrics in here, we are looking into the benchmark. Okay, how does the employees and the staff can achieve this benchmark and standard to make sure that they meet a certain criteria under their key line is not okay. Okay, I continue that. Okay, so the third one, compare metric of the actual performance standard. You compare with your actual performance with your the actual benchmark. Okay, so from that we can know where is the gap and where is the loop. Okay, I translate little bit for local student. Kita boleh bandingkan antara prestasi you yang sebenar dengan prestasi yang ada di punya, kita kata, kayu ukur dia. So dekat situ kita boleh nampak dia punya, kita kata, sebagai kekangan ataupun ada gap. There will be some kekangan lah, benda yang ada loop yang you tak boleh capai. So from the loop and also from the gap, you can take the corrective action as needed. For example, if let's say the staff is having the problem, we do send them for training. So that is the best corrective action. Cara untuk kita memperbaiki mereka supaya mereka boleh diperbaiki. Sebab ada kelemahan. Okay, the gap loop also known as the weaknesses. The weaknesses, don't just say that is my weakness, so it will be permanently and I will be like this forever. No, the weaknesses we can correct it, we can improve it, and then the improvement and corrective action is by go for training. Okay, and of course when you go for training, next that opportunity training is for learning, it's not for enjoying. You get me? Yeah, of course some people say training is the time for enjoy. Yeah, but somehow you have to use that opportunity in order to gain some the knowledge in order to cover up the weaknesses that have been done in previously in your performance. Okay, so this is the thing that to make you simple understanding on this context of this feedback control model. Okay, so this one, if in human resource perspective, we call as in under performance appraisal model. So this is the 4 steps. Alright, so the management control system, okay, how the management is controlled. Okay, number one, they do formal routines. All the formal routines, okay, the work every day to day work is the same from Monday to Friday, same thing. To the extent the staff no need to be have remind on that, everything is in the head, right? So because it's routinized work. And then we're talking about reports, okay? Of course, every single task we have to do a report, and then we have to tabulate certain graphic and data to make sure it's supported, okay, by those the statements or reported that you do. And then procedure, of course, we have to follow certain sort of procedure, especially during this COVID time. There is a lot of standard of procedure that you have to follow, right? And then formalize information-based activity. Okay, so this thing, if we put into the system, we call as like flow chart. Okay, because we're talking about the activity. What is the step one, step two? If step two is failed, you have to do it again, repeat again until it's okay, and then move to the next step. So that one we call as the flow chart. Okay, or yeah, control chart. And the control includes like budgets, financial report. Let's say the budget is exceed from the actual budget. For example, the budget for the event, for example, it should be 50K. More than 50K, you have to redo it again until that you can have less than 50K. So because you relate with the financial, right, financial reports. And reward system. When your employees is doing a good job, of course, you have to give some reward system to them. So the reward system can be in a monetary purpose, monetary base. So monetary base, for example, you can link it with like bonus, you can link it with merit system, okay? Because from that reward system, we can see that how it boosts, okay, the motivations of the employees, especially when it comes to the performance appraisal. The 360 degrees feedback will be totally um, wow, okay, impressive result if we read it with the monetary based rewards. But indirectly, it can be used also with non-monetary based rewards. But it depends on how frequently, how effectively it can give motivation to your staff. Okay, and the control quality control system. We're talking about the quality itself. We're talking about the ISO 9000. Okay, yeah, certain of the process, even though IIC itself, we have to meet a certain ISO. Okay, ISO is um, sorry, ISO is terms like international standard operation or qualification. Okay, ISO more international standard operation, uh, 9000 is determined if you get that certificate that the company or organization able to enhance, to achieve the standard quality in their organization. Okay, why I said so, I see also relate with that. Every single of your certificates must have ISO 9000 to make sure it valid. Okay, it valid to the employment, it's valid to the accreditations of ministry qualification accreditation. Okay, so yeah, it's very important because when you have this certificate qualification, automatically there is no doubtful about your certificate. Okay, and why is relate in the quality control system? Because every time when you want to check on the quality, we must have the person that we call as QC. QC is the quality controller. Quality controller have to make sure whether every single sort of products or the services that you serve the customer is meet the requirement. If not, you have to redo it again or it will be rejected. Okay, that is the most important role by the QC officer, quality control officer. And the managers must define standard and measure of the performance. Yes, and just to remind, when we're talking about the standard and measure of the performance have to be very transparent to all. not just only for the sake of the managers to evaluate, but the employees also have to know. And this relationship we call as win-win situation. So if you are the one party, like managers is only know what is to evaluate your staff, but without giving them in the know that what should be evaluated, how they want to be performed as been expected. Okay, so this is the most important. It should be transparent to all, and people know what should be evaluated by them. Okay, and how much you evaluated them also, they have to know. And there must a reason why the managers give that measurement to you. There must be not just for the sake that you have like issue on political issue, for example, like cronyism, okay, nepotism. We don't want that kinds of measurement will be influenced on that. So actually, when we're talking about the performance, they have pro and cons on this. If you use the system will do not know you are good to me, you are bad to me. But if you use a human, because human is controlling the system, right? So mostly will be tendency to have the bias. You get me? Yeah, alright. So this is the control system of content frequency. We have the thing that we already discussing just now. Okay, financial part. Okay, statistical report, non-financial output, weekly or monthly reward system, evaluations on manager based on department goals and performance and quality control system, benchmark, okay, and also Six Sigma goals. Okay, this one you can have further reading in your textbooks. So this is an executive dashboard. This is another examples of doing data visualization in this company. This is how they do the system. The example of this company. Yeah? Actually, this thing is quite uh, PNC. Okay? Not all company will be shared on this thing, but you see, we have executive sales and also support. Okay, when you turn this button, you can have how their performance result. Okay, and the level and the focus of the control system. Okay, we have the organizational level, the balance scorecard, measure the financial, okay, of course, and the customer, employees, and the market concerns. And at the same time, a very comprehensive management control system, and they do have the strategy map visualization of the organization success drivers and how they are linked. So basically, maybe you can have some uh, Google, okay, on how it look like the balance scorecard. It actually have the four quadrants. So it focusing on financial, customer, employee, and also more on market. Okay, market means the environment. So these four quadrants will reflect each of your performance on which area. Okay, so after they total up your scores on that, they can see how perform the employees are. Okay, and of course from the result, the management can give some control system whether you maybe have more advantage on the certain area on the financial part. So they will give you strength on that. Okay, they give some control or authority system on you to that, or maybe you are good in terms of for the customer relationship, for example, you're good in CRM, so they will give you on that. If you are not good in terms of handling your employees, so not saying that you have to run away from the employees, no, but maybe to avoid you to have maybe like directly link with these employees, let's say, or maybe you can go for training in order to enhance on the communication skill and so forth. And then department level, we have behavior versus outcome control, how people do their job and outcomes people produce. So um, basically when we're talking about this thing, how people do their job, so people will know how good they are in their job based on their JS, right? Job specification. We know our strength, we know our competency, capability, and I mostly highlight on the words KSA, knowledge, skill, abilities. If you don't have that knowledge towards to do that work, maybe you will have some, I mean, like confidence level might be more low. Okay, but if you do have knowledge on that particular area, so you will be well, or maybe you will perform better and better. So how people do their job, it depends on how they can actually congruent and align with these kinds of the KSA with the performance itself. Okay, and outcomes people produce, talking about the productivity. So when your motivation is high and your JS is also high, automatically your productivity will be also high. That's it. Okay, so that is the formula. Alright, and then this is the major perspective of the value scorecard. I told you just now, we do have financial, customer, learning and growth, and also internal business process. Actually, when you Google this one, you have a lot of information in internet. Okay, alright. So this is strategy map for the performance management. For the financial performance goals, okay, this is the key things: increase revenue, increase productivity. Okay, because the the top of the, how to say, the main of to accomplish the mission is to have create optimal value. So this is the thing that they have to actually achieve. Okay, and then for the customer service goal, we do have build and maintain good customer relationship, be the leader in quality and reliability, and also provide innovative solution to the customer needs. Every time the customer have the problem, they look into to you, they refer to you, and how they want to solve it. Not just complaints without have the problem solving. And then internal business process, build good relationship with the suppliers and partners, and improve cost, quality, and flexibility of the operations, and excel at innovative product development and also next generation market opportunity. So we're talking about R&D here. So in order to have consistency and a good business process, you need some improvement from day to day and from year to year, and you not just only rely on your product itself like that. So you need to change. Okay, so change management is very important. And the last one, learning and growth. We promote employee development via ongoing training. So in order to make sure that you have a very good in terms of your knowledge and skill, learning and growth, so you have to rampantly go to training, rampant and frequently. Can I say that, to make sure that you are latest updates, and then enable continuous learning and knowledge sharing, so you keep having a sharing each other, from your mentor mentee, from your trainer, and cultivate a culture of innovation and high performance. So um, we must have the culture of innovation here, thinking out the box. Okay, uh, looking into maybe more on the long term rather than short term. So this is the thing that we have to ensure that we improve our learning and culture control. And then the strategic approach, strengthening employee coordination and efficiency. Okay, so as you can see in here, they have four quadrants: intranet, knowledge management, social networking, and enterprise resource planning. Okay, so we move to the approaches to knowledge management. Okay, we already touched on the knowledge management, right? Okay, so on Codified, provide high quality, reliable, and fast information system for access of expensive, reusable knowledge. So people to document approach. So this is the thing I told you, like a book before. This is tangible. So this is people to document. So develop an electronic document system that codifies, stores, disseminates, and also allow reuse of the knowledge. So because they put the word electronic there, so then from the book become e-book. Okay, and in terms of the typeset, okay, channel individual expertise to provide creative advice on strategic problem. So person to person approach. So develop network for linking people so the basic knowledge can be shared. So like this, they are more tangible. Using a book, and I have to explain to you in the class. So person to person approach. Okay. For the information technology approach, invest heavily in information technology with a goal of connecting people with reusable codified knowledge. In here, we invest more on information technology. Example for those know about, we use like in IIC is platform like Neo, right? So Neo is one of the information technology platform for online learning in IIC. So this is how we connecting the people inside there. When I insert you inside that, okay, you have can see many of your friends other subjects also in that particular platform, and you can have some network in there. So you can have your teachers inside that, your lecturers, and you can have multiple subjects there. Alright, for the person-to-person approach, we invest moderately in information technology with a goal of facilitating conversation and the personal exchange of the tacit knowledge. Okay, so in here, compared to codified just now, tacit is more like moderately, not so heavily compared to the technology. They use also technology, maybe compared like maybe yeah, we not use Neo, but we use example like WhatsApp. That is only just a part of information technology. We can also communicate inside that. Okay, facilitating conversation. I also can record, okay, and maybe post note towards that, okay, to make sure that the tacit knowledge is delivered to you. Okay, alright, then this is the examples of ERP. Okay, ERP, ERP network. We have central that because ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning Network. We have sales, human resource, inventory and manufacturing, financial and accounting, purchasing, and also distribution. So this is all the central database is related to the enterprise. The enterprise is related to the business. So this is the thing that element that important to make sure that they're giving the best information to you on. Especially when it comes to the suppliers, right? Sales, human resource. Human resource is talking about the workforce. Inventory management talking about the skills, okay, the production, technology being used. Financial accounting talking about the money, the capital. Purchasing, who is purchased your product, okay, the customer, okay, sales who are making the marketing, distribution, how you want to allocate, how you want to distribute your production to your customer. Okay, and then we do have strategic approach to strengthening coordination with the external partners. So we do have many, as you can see from here, strengthening external coordination with information technology by using supply chain management. Okay, supply chain, we need to say you have one particular change, value change. Okay, example, we have administration, okay, we do have marketing, operation, production, and also financial account. Okay, so they do have long supply chain, but bear in mind, when your supply chain have a lot of the intermediaries, actually it will be incurred a certain high cost on that. So make sure shortening the supply chain to make sure that the low cost can be offered to your customer. And then integrated enterprise, yeah, this is talking about something with the supply chain, but this is talking about networking from one company to the another integrated. So maybe SME can relate it with corporation company, or maybe corporation company can go to MNC company, multinational corporation. So this is integrated enterprise. From the small company, it can be enhanced to the bigger and large company. And then enhancing customer relationship. Just now I'm talking about this thing many times because we're talking about the system right now. How to make sure that the relationship between the customer can be maintained, okay, and be enhanced. Okay. So number one, to make sure that the customer is always right, customer is king, customer is a queen. So the best thing is you have to make sure the satisfaction is meet their requirement. That is the key of success in the services, especially when we're talking about the customer, services and product as well, right? Okay, so when we're talking about this thing, meet their satisfaction, okay, and then if they satisfied on it, they will repeat the order. They will keep on coming to you and search for you, seeking for your services. And then e-business organization design, e-business, e-commerce. The best thing in terms of your accuracy or achievable, accessible. Yeah, the right word is accessible. Your service is accessible. It can be retrieved in anywhere. That is the best. If let's say you are not accessible, there will be problem to the customer to access and achieve your product and service. The integrated enterprise information linkage are the key for the coordination. You have to know where is you, who are you, what are you, how you are. Horizontal relationship coordinate the supply chain to meet the customer needs. So that's why to meet the supply chain and also the customer needs, that's why we need the horizontal. Okay, not vertical relationship, horizontal relationship. From one to one, you have to integrate it. Okay, you see, if they have, see, so integrated in here, meaning to say they have some supplier shared the data secure extranet go to manufacturer, and then they share data to the secure extranet go to the retail chain and also retail store. Because from the retail chain and also retail store, you can retrieve your customer. So this is how we done under the supply chain. Okay, all right. So corrugated supply system in action. So this is how actually JIT in just in time. It's the same thing. A customer submit an order via the web and the system suggests the optimal schedule. An employee review the schedule and download into the database. At the schedule time software download the order to production machinery. And then employees load the roll of paper into the machine which transform the roll into corrugated sheets to meet the customer exact specification. Employees wrap the finished sheets and affix a barcode printed automatically by the system, and then the package is taken by conveyor belt to shipping. This is how the process of production line. And then we scan the barcode and at the correct shipping level, a wireless PC directs the forklift driver to take the order to the appropriate trailer. The truck driver arrives at the loading dock, logs onto the network to see which trailer to take and deliver the customer order the next morning. That was fast. If you realize during the COVID time, right? Every day people are using these kinds of this, I can say, services, online service. So this is how integrated into your day-to-day life for those who are maybe frequently, maybe you are doing the business also. This is how the process been done. Okay. And then the customer relationship. Okay, many customers are applying technology to build the customer relationship correctly and indeed. Social media directors are blending marketing, promotion, customer service, and support through the Facebook, Twitter, and the company website. Really? Yeah, of course. 65% of the company use company blogs to communicate with the customer. However, okay, not all the companies, okay, not all the customer will like to have your customer. Not until you are encouraging them and market to them. Or maybe you can maybe keep on saying, say, maybe I can say that market, okay, your custom company blogs. Promote, yeah, that is the best word. Promote the company blogs to the customer because currently what they did was they use these social media compared to the customer or company blogs. And then for the CEOs, blogs and Twitter have become requirement. I do have some certain experience when I go for interview, just sharing. They ask me how many my followers in my Instagram, and then also they ask me how many account Facebook that I have, and the best thing, uh, how frequently I tweet in a day. I'm not the one Twitter and also Facebook user, Okay, so when I come across why this question come to me, I believe that this is important nowadays to ensure that whether we are socially networked and connected with the world. But in the reality, we know how we connected on that on this particular area, right? So maybe the job that I applied for maybe is need us to have this kind of thing. Okay, but yeah, this is the requirement nowadays. So I believe that you are better than me. Okay, so even they say in here CEOs also need this is blogs and Twitter have become more requirement. So you have to have that these things. Maybe you can put your account in your e-resume, so to make sure that um, you've been known, you've been known and well known. Alright, and we do have the e-business organization design. E-business is any business that takes place over a computer network, also known as e-commerce. E-commerce is transforming to m-commerce as more transactions to take place on the mobile devices. Okay, so m-commerce is referring to mobile commerce. So nowadays we do have mobile marketing. Okay, and managers must figure out the bricks and clicks strategies, not bricks and mortars. No more. Nowadays the time is already been transformed from bricks and click strategies, and we do have separate business. Okay, and then we have spin-off companies and also joint venture. Separate business in here we do have like mergers and acquisition. Okay, by spin-off companies, you have temporarily together doing like joint venture, and then sudden you will be separated. And then we do also have joint venture. So joint venture is divided into two. Sometimes we do have strategic alliances, because for your information student, joint venture is a part of strategic alliances. So mostly strategic alliances is only for the certain purpose. They function when they do some combination. But joint venture also like that, okay? But it depends. After they already get in the certain period, then there will be separate. Yeah. Okay? So if I want to story to you all, is quite long. But joint venture has been noted is combining between two companies which have the same nature business. Is encouraged, okay, and recommended to have the same nature business compared to have only one different will take sometimes, and will be certain conflict will be arise on that. Alright, and then strategies for integrating bricks and clicks. Okay, they have spin-off, as I mentioned just now, is separate company, JE business company, and then we have in-house division, company A, and division 1, division 2, e-business division, and then we have fully integrated company A, e-business, division 1, division 2. So separation, they have benefits here. They are focused. When they are separated, they are focused. They have more autonomy, and they are more responsiveness and entrepreneurial culture. Compared the integration, they have to have broad connection because they combine, and then they have to coordinate, and they have to share information in terms of the customer efficiency. It depends. They have the pro and cons in here. Some say separation is better, some say integration is better. Which nature it are depending on your nature of business. And how does the IT impact of the organization design? Number one, it impact to the smaller organization, and of course it more on decentralized organizational structure. And the third one, improve the horizontal coordination, and also is improve inter-organizational relationship, and the last one, enhance network structure. So this is how the the IT is really impact to the organizational design. So that's why it depends. Okay, we cannot say that okay IT will reflect on all. No. Okay, but back to back, it will depend on this. Okay, and the key characteristic of the traditional versus emerging inter-organizational relationship. We do have suppliers and the customer. We have four here. Okay, we have traditional inter-organizational relationship and also emerging inter-organizational relationship. We do have arm length relationship. Okay, and then we um, use of the telephone, mail for ordering, invoicing, and payment. So this is mostly traditional. And for the emerging right now, everything is electronic relationship, and is using interactive and electronic ordering system. That's why you can visit certain website, right? And then they add to cart, and then you will go to the next for the payment, and then they can use something like certain payment system, whether you use debit card, or maybe use credit card, invoicing payment also via email. And for the customer, limited communication with manufacturer, the mix of the phone response and also mail, and also they have the hard copy information. So mostly it's all still traditional mode for the customer, but for the image inter-organization relationship, they are direct access to manage real-time information exchange and electronic access to product information. For example, consumer rating and customer service data. So this is how it look like. Okay. They more on concern for the emerging into organization relationship. They are more on electronic base. To conclude, the design essential. It's successful organization to leverage on the technology, but it depends how big and small your company are. If you are a big company, maybe you can have more heavily investment on the technology. But if you are a small company, you have to look into many times whether the urgency you need for the technology. But somehow nowadays, in order to survive in this COVID time, I think that technology is very important. And technology aids in a better decision making. This is true. And the organization must employ control to measure the performance, of course. Uh, yeah, we have to control the mechanism on the employees itself. And the technology is adding strategic value internally and also externally. Correct. And the last one, technology is impacting the design of the organization. To make sure whether you are reliable and also up to date, okay, according to the environment. Okay. And then for now, thank you for listening to this lecture today for topic 8. So for those students who are still not sending your draft, or maybe you want to send the final for your individual assignment, you are being encouraged to do that. I think that's it. Okay, it's almost 10:05 a.m. this morning. So I hope that enjoy, happy, and you get understood. Sorry for the certain lag and gap just now because I see that some audio is not recognized well due to this mic. Okay, and I apologize on that. Okay, don't forget to subscribe me on Noorsyalina Nordin channels, and I will update this one soon. And thank you for listening. Take care, stay safe, keep social distancing, and we can social physically, but we can have uh, social, sorry, distancing physically, social frequently. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for now. Okay, take care. Assalamualaikum. Bye.